Both of you guys here today. There you go. Pay-per-view.
If you think about it, if all these feuds, there's always one heavy-set babyface and one ugly, grotesque, gargantuan-looking Brody Abdullah. I guess I got to be Abby. Yeah. Dusty's Kevin. You're Kevin. I'm Dusty. Damn it, I'm always the chubby guy.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, well.
Ow.
Is that attached?
I don't know.
God.
What?
You have a Satan eyebrow going.
Where? Oh, that one hair?
Holy.
Yeah, I got that one hair that grows like that long, and if you cut it off, it grows back. It's just one hair.
There's my feud with Sandman, with the whole caning thing, and...
Which was, let me just say, that was Tommy starting to get over, like... And it started to give the people a reason to say, okay, there's more to this than he's Paulie's friend and Paulie's riding buddy and whatnot.
But I remember Paul not trusting Raven. He's just like, this guy's just coming in to get you over, and, we're just going to douche him out if his gimmick doesn't get over. Paul really didn't care about him at first. I remember it like it was yesterday. We were driving down to a show that either Ian or Axel ran in Baltimore. I do remember one time, though, where Scotty wanted me to rifle off 10 DDTs in my comeback because he was, I don't know why I listened to him, and it was in Queens. And he's like, yeah, you know how you do the 10 punches, rattle off 10 DDTs. And Meaty, Stevie, and Raven all were feeding me for 10 DDTs. I was so blown up, right? And me personally, when I knew it clicked was the first night I pile drove Beulah, where I'm wearing a green singlet, and I opened my arms like I did the Raven pose. Sorry, Jesus, he took it. And I did the pose, and I tilted my head back, and everybody was like behind me. And Paul, I remember walked to the back, and Paul was like, "That's it, you're over." Handcuffed, and blah blah blah. And then I receded him months later with the chair shot heard around the world when he was locked in the cage, and I handcuffed him and then waffled him. But Raven had Stevie. Who was, his Mark Lewin. He had Beulah, who was his woman. And if you think of all the characters that came out of that feud, Francine, she got involved with Beulah. Luna came in because I tried to counteract that. Gangrel came in for a short time.
Gangrel was in?
Yeah. Brian Lee, he was one of your hired henchmen. Way to... think of your employees.
He was in there short that time, though. When was he in?
He was in there for a while. He was one of your hired.
Gangrel?
Yeah, he's a lot, but you didn't have to do every single thing. Wasn't about you. I know in that head it is.
No, that wasn't about. No, but that's what I'm saying though. Is that was like out of our match though, out of the thing, like 18,000 angles. It's like they just came in and then they went off and did their thing. Because Fonzie was the ultimate. He was the greatest heel.
Fonzie was with us. You are kind of right. Fonzie came in as a special enforcer.
I told you.
Yeah. To instill the rule.
And so we brawl out the ring, up the stairs.
Raven throws you down the high school bleachers. I land on the track, and here comes Stevie holding a chair, Meanie, Nova, and Lupus. And
you got it backwards. I thought you had it. No, Lupus tries to. There's a. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to take the story over. Lupus.
It was horrible, that bikini match when you and Stevie held her, Francine and Beulah pile drove her. Oh, it was atrocious.
Thank you.
But
yeah,
that was it.
I mean, also, let's face it. I've carried so much personal baggage through my life. I mean, I was a complete dick to people for a long time.
Not you.
But not intentionally. It's just that my my sense of humor. I mean, my dad insulted me. Like, he had Beulah tape a pan to his leg, to his foot, so he could hit me with an enziguri with a pan on his foot.
Yep. Hence the innovator of violence.
It was awesome.
I would, hey, I got injured and I had, the fake arm. I came with the crutch, and then fucking here come the Bruise Brothers. They're going to beat me up. And my arm was a gutter. And I beat them up with the thing, and I was fine,
Right.
And that was like, little stuff that I used to do.
Or the stop sign that was taped up.
Yeah.
Did you set that up, or some fan actually bring that?
No, I did.
All right.
Paulie could have, sued them and won and kept the company afloat or whatever, but he opted to take a job with, WWE.
And the part I do know I came up with was, I said, let them fire up, stop them. throw him out to the floor so you get the people excited, and then put a headlock on the floor.
Right.
He did the side headlock takedown on the floor.
Yeah, and the people were fucking livid. It was awesome, you know.
And
the
then
very next round, I gave him Mr. X.
And then he
put
got
him out.
right after that. No, right after that, he gives him somebody with an. Terry Funk's now got to name somebody with an O, right? And Terry's like this, and he's drinking, and he just turns to us. He goes, "Oh, there's a wrestler named O. He's a Japanese fellow." And you're like, he takes his snot rag. He goes, "I'm calling you on that one. That's a horse. That's a crock of shit." He just kept going. This seasoned veteran Terry Funk. And Raven's like, "That's horse of shit. You're just making something people up, blah, blah, blah." Going off on Terry Funk. And he's like, "I'm telling you, there was an O.
Then I gave him Mr. X and put him out.
Yeah.